Welcome back, digital watch fans, to Vintage Digital Watches and to this review video. Now, a while back I bought this Pulsar Y735 calculator watch and it's time to review it. I'm not going to bore you with the history of Pulsar. All you need to know is that Pulsar started out as a brand of Hamilton, so it started out as an American brand, and in the late 70s it was bought by Seiko. Which is why this watch is in a very Japanese calculator watch style. Plenty of information on the web about Pulsar if you want to look up their history, but now let's get into the review. And there it is in the flesh, up close. Now, while I'm talking here, you will get some nice studio shots just so you can enjoy how pretty this watch is, because I do like it a lot. So appearance wise, you can see it's rather tall. Well, you can even say it's a portrait watch. And that is because it shares the same model with the Seiko C515, which means you have the same button placement on the side and you have the same button placement on the keyboard. So it basically is the same watch, only with a different shell. It is made high quality with a base metal body. The keyboard inlay here, the gold part, that is aluminum. The back is a stainless steel snap-on back. And the keys are actually metallic, so that's cool. It comes in two versions, the gold one and the white one. In my opinion, it has awesome proportions. If you have a calculator watch, I'd rather have it portrait like this than square or elongated, just because you have a more natural positioning of the keys. Sits well on the wrist. It is in dimension of 32 millimeters wide. So this dimension, and 44 millimeters tall. And by the way, the strap is not original on mine, but it does fit it very nice. It's actually a Citizen strap. Okay, now let's have a look at the function. So as I said, it's a C515 Seiko inside, so it does have the same functions, but let's go over them once again. So it shows the hour, and right there you have the date, so it's the 10th. It has the calculator, it has an alarm, and I like this one a lot. It's a memory that will store 8 characters, which you can pull up at any given moment. So it has 2 of these, M1 and M2, and you basically just enter here 2222222. So that's memorized, and in this mode, press the top right for M1 and then for M2. It does have a stopwatch, and this is, I've only seen it on this module. You will see that the hundredths of the second, it just looks like the number 8 constantly blinking. Here we go. Just 8 blinking right there. And I do have to say that using the functions is really comfortable. Even the way that they made this quick retrieve on the top right, it does have this very strong micro light. You will have no issues with seeing it in the dark. Many other LCD watches have that. You can't see it really well in the dark, except the hour. And the keyboard, the placement, as I mentioned, of the keys is very nice and comfortable. You get quite large keys, so if you have cucumber fingers, you can operate it with ease. Okay, and on many of my videos I get the question, how do you set that watch? And I always have to pull in a link to add a link to the watch's manual, because I like to take care of you guys. But in this video I am going to do it. I'll show you how to set the time. So all you have to do is click the bottom left button until you get to this setting mode. You know that this one blinks, and with this top right you cycle through the group of digits you want to set. Let's say we want to set minutes. It's 16:41 at the moment. So I'm just going to press 4 and 1 on the keyboard. And there you go. It's set to 16:41. Pretty cool. I'm going to open it up because everybody likes to see what's inside calculator watches. And there you go. Really nice that they provided this small lip here. I don't know if you can see it. It's right there. And the same as in the Seiko C515, you notice that the module is actually in the upper part So it's right here. It's very easily removable. You just lift it out and there you go. Now, one thing I kind of not like about this watch and also about the C515 is because they end up with keyboards that don't work anymore. What they did is they actually have a board right here inside. You press the button touches that board, and that signal from that board is transmitted via this zebra strip to the board inside. So it's not as reliable, and many times this zebra strip isn't the culprit, but rather the board underneath the keys is either dirty or loses the carbon that is on the keys, which helps make the contact. So whenever you get one of these or C515, it's good to remove this front plate and just give it a good clean to the board underneath, and also the carbon sheet that creates the contact of the button. And how do you remove this keyboard? You are provided with these two little holes, and the way I do it is I take something like soft, like a toothpick. I blunt the end of it or just cut it in half, and then just press on this one and on this one alternatively. Don't use something like a screwdriver because you are going to penetrate it. Somebody has already done it on this one, but hasn't affected the way the watch is put together. I have two tips here on how to recondition that. Now, I've already done the reconditioning of mine. Sorry about that. I didn't get to film it, but here are my two recommendations. Now, this is called Keypad Fix, and it's actually, as you can see, liquid carbon. So if you ever opened up a calculator watch from Casio, you know that it has those little pads. They have little small carbonated ends. That carbon will make contact between two pads, and that's how your contact is being made. Same principle as you get in a TV keyboard. So what you do with this is just, after you clean that carbon sheet away, you just have to reapply a bit, let it dry, and that's good as new. The other tip is fitting the keyboard back in, which sometimes it is a pain because you want to press on it, but you don't want to ruin the keyboard. And here is how I do it. So all you need are a couple of toothpicks, and we are going to cut them. All right, now all you have to do is place this one right there. It's not sitting on the keys, that one right there, that one there, and yep, you get the picture, that one right there. And now, depending on what tools you have, you just have to use a press to press on these four toothpicks, and that will very nicely secure the keyboard back in place. Now I'll assemble this watch. Let's have a look at the grades, and stick until the end when I tell you what's my opinion if you should get one of these or not. Collectability, 5 out of 10. It is very unknown. Strikes the 5 points because it is a calculator watch in quality materials. Price, 8 out of 10. I bought mine for $68 US, and that was on auction, so considering what you get, it is very decently priced. You will be hard pressed to find another all-metal calculator watch at this price point. For availability, it strikes a very low 2 out of 10. These pop up very rarely. I had my eBay saved search since March this year, and this is the first one I caught along this year. So what, we are in August, September right now. So yeah, make sure you look in more than one site if you want to catch one. Okay, so what's the verdict? Should you get a Pulsar calculator watch like this? I'll tell you this, don't buy one if you want a Seiko C515, because this will be a pacifier watch for you and you won't get to appreciate it. Don't get it if you want an iconic calculator watch. That's what Casios are for. Buy a Casio and you're done. Get this watch if you want something quality build, and especially if you like under the radar stuff. If someone who appreciates digital watches sees these on your hand, it's highly likely that you want to know more as opposed if you were wearing a Casio. And actually I found myself wearing a lot more this than my other calculator watches. I know, primarily because it wasn't as expensive, but it is actually rare, and I know that if something happens to it, it's very unlikely I will stumble by one of these in the near future. Thanks for watching this review, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.